Welcome back to IGN Live. My name is Lucy O'Brien. I am here with Sean and Kurt from Naughty Dog. Guys, welcome. How has your show been going?
It's been entertaining.
Pretty good.
That's the word for it. Of course, we are here today to talk about Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Yes.
Now, look, I am extremely interested in where did this idea come from? How long have you been sitting on it?
Well, after we wrapped Uncharted 4, we kind of, put a nice bow on the Nathan Drake story. And we started exploring all these other characters in the Uncharted world. There's a vast cast, as you know. But the Chloe Fraser story just kept popping back out. It just grabbed our attention. We started asking the questions like, what would Chloe Fraser do if she was on her own job? I mean, she's always been the enigmatic type of, wheeling, dealing hustler. How would she now, fare as her, the leader of her own job or of running her own project? And then we thought about, well, who would be the best or worst companion that we could pair Chloe Fraser with? And it was Nadine Ross, the pragmatic, very militant leader of Shoreline. So that's how it started.
So tell me about the decision to make this a standalone title rather than part of DLC, for example.
I mean, it started as a smaller thing, and we were, as we, compared to, say, Left Behind, which was a supplemental story to a bigger thing, whereas filling in gaps, we have these new, unexplored characters of Nadine and Chloe that we really liked, and we really soon realized that we needed a bigger space to tell that story and to have those arcs come together and have those relationships build. So we just, we realized we pretty much had to make a full game to do that, so here we are.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. So tell me about Chloe and Nadine. How do they sort of come together?
Well, let me give you the overview. So Chloe, like I said, the wheeling, dealing hustler is after this Tusk of Ganesh, right, which is a fabled treasure of the great Hoysala people. She got intel that a recent artifact that holds a clue to the Tusk's whereabouts has recently been unearthed. But unfortunately for Chloe, it's in the hands of this ruthless insurgent leader called Asav. Right now, she's desperate to get her hands on this artifact, so she enlists the only person knowledgeable about Asav and his whereabouts and his strategies, ex-paramilitary leader Nadine Ross. And of course, yes, the two couldn't be further apart from each other. Right? You have the pragmatic Nadine and the enigmatic Chloe, but they both need this Tusk. They both have vested interest in it. So it's about the exploration of how these characters pull, bond, grow, and splinter at times as they journey through this.
And Nadine is, it takes place after Uncharted 4. So, we see now she's no longer the leader of Shoreline, so she's taking this job working for Chloe. Yeah. And so that's kind of the bringing of them together.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me how they're dynamic. You say it splinters at sometimes they come closer. How does that affect the combat and the sort of minute-to-minute gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, so we know Nadine is pretty good in a fight. If you played Uncharted 4, she's
best.
So we know, that's part of the reason why Chloe wants to enlist her. She's the muscle.
Yeah.
So we definitely retooled our melee system a bit, and you see in the demo that we have on the floor, Nadine is kicking a lot of ass all the time, as you would expect her to, and she can take things into her own hands a little bit. So, that's part of that conflict they have of how they want to address a situation, the ideas that they have about it. We see the moment in this B-roll here where they're in stealth, and Chloe says, "You take left, I take right," and then Nadine just goes and takes both of them out because she can. And we always like to have our characters, our allied characters with you, surprise you in ways that reflect the personality. So that's one of those little touches.
So the whole game takes place in India. Can you tell us a little bit about the sorts of environments we can expect to see?
Well, it takes place in the Western Ghats. There's these unexplored archaeological sites that we visit that were the remains of this old empire. There's giant, we brought back the scale from the previous Uncharted, as you've seen in our trailer. It's just these giant, monumentally sized statues, sort of ruins of the capitals, and you have to traverse them, climb them, rope swing around them.
So there's still a lot of climbing.
There's a lot of climbing, there's a lot of discovery. Yeah, and we have everything, and high combat in these areas as well.
Yeah, we're pushing a lot of the exploration more. There's moments in the game where you go even bigger than we've ever gone, and really let you get in the Jeep and drive around and truly discover things, hidden things that without even a direct goal in mind.
Yeah, we wanted to get that sense of wonder and discovery and adventure back in Uncharted and plus it. And that's what I think we've done.
Tell us about your new villain.
Assad.
I know you guys are excited to talk about the new villain.
Yes. So our new villain is Assad. He's an insurgent leader. He's played by Usman Ali, who did a fantastic job in bringing this character to life. He is a formidable, intelligent villain. He's entitled. He feels entitled to these lands. So in the story, there's the two points of view. The old king's point of view and the new king's point of view. The new king was the more progressive king. He changed a lot of the stuff that Assad and his cause are trying to reinstate. So he feels that in order to get the tusk, he can rule these lands.
And yeah, he has this very calm demeanor, and he's very almost professorial in his knowledge of these things, but then he can flip in a moment's notice and be extremely violent. So he's very unbalanced, and you never know what he's going to do with you.
So what's the tone of this standalone? The Uncharted series is known for being a little bit more lighthearted than, say, The Last of Us.
Right.
Where are you sitting in Lost Legacy?
I mean, it's still fun. It's still Chloe. She's a funny character. She's a fun character. That's why we chose her. But yeah, she has her own tone. It's shaped by her performances, by Claudia Black's performances, and it's really, it's going to be its own thing. It's her journey. So by the very nature that it's Chloe and Nadine, the tone is going to have its own shape, which I'm excited about.
And it's definitely more personal to her in this journey, and her roots in India. So there's just inherently there's touching moments, there's drama moments, but yeah, like I said, there's still fun. Chloe's she's fun.
Yeah. Did you sort of feel that Chloe, you said earlier that Chloe has always interested you as a character. I mean, what is it about her that makes her the right fit?
Well, one, she was blank canvas, right?
Yeah.
She was also the self-preservationist, right, of the Uncharted. She would, when it got too tough, she would bail out. She would always back out of the project at the last minute. So now having her own project, her own treasure hunt, she's no longer a sidekick. Can she persevere? Can she make it through it? And that was basically the sparks that led to the Lost Legacy.
Can we expect to see any familiar faces from other Uncharted games?
Well, this is Chloe and Nadine's story.
Of course, they are familiar faces, but you know what I'm getting at.
There's definitely references to the past games. People that have played the other ones. There's, everyone in the Uncharted universe has had contact with each other at some point. And that's a lot of the different motivations. So you'll definitely hear conversations and things where other characters are referenced, and it's a lot of fun.
Let's just say it's a small thieving community. I'll leave it at that.
No, that's fantastic. So what are we seeing here on the screen? Like, this is a sort of breakneck escape moment here?
Yeah, I mean, it's true Uncharted, so at any moment, things can start exploding and environments can start collapsing all around you. And, the way we try to design our games is put it all on the stick, throw you into a crazy situation, and hope you survive by the skin of your teeth.
So it's still got that breathless
yes.
Absolutely.
You're always on the edge of your seat. Always.
Let's have a quick chat about multiplayer. What are you guys doing with that this time around?
So yeah, multiplayer, we're kind of unifying our multiplayer. So Lost Legacy comes with the entire multiplayer suite of Uncharted 4, the same thing. So it comes with all the DLCs we've released, all the co-op survival, and we're also releasing some new Lost Legacy content that we'll talk about in the future. But yeah, we're trying not to split the player base, and so if you have either game, you can play together, and it's just one big Uncharted multiplayer community.
That's fantastic. Listen, guys, thank you so much for swinging by. I, for one, am very excited for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Awesome.
For everything else Naughty Dog and Uncharted, stick with IGN.